Let's review a movie.
The movie industry is made up of two separate but equally important groups. The theaters who display the movies and the critics who overvalue their opinions. These are our reviews. The Morning Blaze is bringing justice to the movies.
And in fact, he actually was at the movies this week for the first time in a long time.
It was really weird.
How was that experience?
The seats are not as comfortable as I remember.
I've gone a handful of times, so I'm with you there. All right, so this week, the movie that we review is Black Widow, but I didn't go see it intentionally. I was going to go yesterday, but it's kind of a big movie. My family wants to see it too, so they were kind of like, "Oh, let's all watch it together."
Boo.
So, boo, family. So I'm going to watch it this weekend. Instead, I watched Tomorrow War, and I thought we'd do like a little double review, but I'm going to spare you and just say don't bother with Tomorrow War on Amazon. It feels like it's 17 hours long, and it's just not. It could have ended like 4 times. It's not worth your time. So Tomorrow War gets a thumbs down from me. I have nothing good to say about that. Black Widow, the movie for this week. Justice did go to the theaters last night to see it. What'd you think?
I enjoyed it, man. It was a nice. Well, first it was nice to be back in a movie theater, other than the uncomfortable seat. But yeah, it was good. It's definitely a movie you should see on a big screen. A lot of crazy action sequences, typical Marvel stuff.
Right.
I don't want to give away too much, so it was good. You learn, like, we only know so much about Black Widow up until this point.
So this is kind of what I was wondering. So let's start here. Where does this movie take place timeline-wise? Because, not to spoil everything, but she dead. So where is this movie taking place?
It happens right before Civil War ends.
Right before Civil War ends.
There's a part where she's talking to Tony right after she lets Captain America and Bucky go.
Right.
And he's like, that was the wrong move. They're going to come after you. And she like walks away. Mm-hmm. Literally, it pretty much picks up from there.
All right.
And it actually starts in 1995, so it shows her as a kid, which I did the math. She's only like 31 when Infinity War happens, which I'm like, okay, I guess that makes sense. Cool. Scarlett Johansson's not that, but whatever. And yeah, so you see her as a kid and you understand why, because it seems like in the later Avenger movie, she's like kind of a mom figure.
Okay.
And she's kind of always been there her whole life once you find out some of this backstory stuff.
Okay, so it's like a little character building on a character. It's kind of a weird thing to do, a character build on a character that's been part of this forever. She was in Iron Man 2 was when she showed up, so she's been part of this for a long time.
Which I think made it more interesting because we're finally actually learning stuff about this, but also it contributed to one of the two. There were 2 things I didn't really care for about this movie. They tried to do a plot twist that was clearly phoned in at the very beginning of the movie if you pay any attention.
Okay.
And it was also weird watching a movie understanding there's no consequence because you know she's going to end up being alive for another quote-unquote 2 movies and then die. So it's like, okay, whatever situation she's in, I don't need to worry about her.
Let me ask you about the villain in this movie, who is the Taskmaster, who is a character that I always thought is kind of neat. I do our Heroes video this week is about Taskmaster, whose ability is he can duplicate any physical activity that he watches. So any superhero basically that he watches fight, he can then do that exact thing.
Yeah, it's a perfect mimic.
I'm interested in him because although I know that Black Widow's character story arc is over, I'm kind of curious if this character is going to stick around or if he's over as well in this, because I have a fan theory as to where the Taskmaster may go, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Is his story over in this too or no?
They leave it open-ended.
Okay.
I'll say that.
The reason I ask is that if you watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, they had the new Captain America, the John Walker. Mm-hmm. There's a storyline, not to totally nerd out on you, but John Walker is trained to be the new Captain America by the Taskmaster. The U.S. government hires Taskmaster to train him to be Captain America because the Taskmaster knows how to fight like Captain America.
I did not know that.
And this movie was supposed to come out last summer prior to that show being out. So it's just the whole thing that I thought was interesting.
No, there's some things I feel like were connected to Falcon and Winter Soldier, but it's not direct.
Explicit. All right,
you can kind of get there on your own, sort of.
So it was good.
It was good. David Harbour was awesome in his role. Like he's kind of the comic relief in this.
Is he her dad?
Her
quote unquote dad?
Father.
Okay,
yeah.
Right. Okay. All right.
And he was funny.
All right.
He was really good. And the girl who seemingly is going to take over for Black Widow, I guess, maybe. Yelena?
So she's supposed to be like the okay. I don't want that. I don't want too much more. But
she's from the Red Room. Just know that
it's good, and
yes,
you enjoyed
good.
it.
She was good. The cast was awesome.
Does it feel like a capper to the first phase of these movies? Like, do you feel like this the whole Avengers part is over now? Or no?
Yeah, the original ones. Oh, that was the other thing, too. Marvel just needs a title Phase 4 therapy. Because at this point, every character, it feels like it's some sort of therapy in all their shows and movies so far.
I hate to break this to you, but that's the whole Marvel thing. That's the thing that makes their characters interesting. They're all broken. So that's
and this is them fixing
it. They never get fixed. All right, so Black Widow in theaters now. Justus says check it out. It's also available on Disney Plus if you want to watch it at home. I think it's like $30, which sounds like a lot. But if you're going to take your whole family to the movies,
trust me, just do it.
It might be cheaper.
I forgot how much movies were. It's been a while
to do it at home. All right, Justus, thank you very much. Do not watch Tomorrow War though, because it is not worth your time.
Make a rash decision every morning.
If you like that bit, don't miss the show weekday mornings from 6 to 10. And if you didn't, we'll try harder next time. Oh, also, like, follow, subscribe. You know the deal.
Rash, because someone has got to bring order to the chaotic mess that we call life. Weekday mornings on 105.1 The Blaze.